What's happening, people? Welcome to the General Banter Podcast. First of all, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. It's only Boxing Day. It's the Boxing Day special. My wife today is my guest.
My wife today is Maureen instead of Mickey.
My wife today is not my man wife, Mickey Bartlett. It is my lady wife.
Thank you.
Maureen.
That's me.
My girlfriend, Maureen McGrath.
Yeah, I prefer that girlfriend Maureen, actually.
Yeah. So here we are. Christmas special. You decided to do this last minute. But that doesn't mean that I can't plug all my stuff.
Okay.
So we'll do that and then we'll play the intro and then we'll chat about Christmas things. Is that General Banter water bottle you see? It is. And that'll be on sale at the SSE Arena along with the Dead On Mafia one. Look at the quality of that. It looks like Steve Jobs crawled out of a coffin and designed it. It's goddamn beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
And of course my hands are so dirty that it's made the water on it dirty already, which is class. Isn't it? So that'll be on sale on the SSE. This hat, you ask? The General Tiger Camo Vietnamese Special. That'll also be on sale. And the woman who works for the merch was like, oh, comedians don't sell a lot of merch at the SSC. Listen to me, bish. There'll be merch sold because it's goddamn Swagtown 5000.
You've actually saved it just for the show, haven't you?
I'm not even putting it on sale. I'm selling it at the thing. And this is how much I care about it. They're taking 25% plus VAT. So guess how much of that I'm seeing?
Zero.
None.
Literally zero.
You guys will go home swagged out. The Odyssey will be Scrooge McDuck diving into money, and I'll be at home wiping my arse with a newspaper.
I think we actually worked it out. So once they take pretty much,
all of it,
pretty much like 50% of it, and then you take the cost out, that's basically it. So
yeah,
it basically is just if you want it.
£8,000 worth of merch being made for zero profit, just so that I can get that name out there. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna have people collecting money for charity outside because I thought there would be an opportunity to get a lot of people together to maybe throw a £1 in for a charity. You know what I mean? And what do I go home with? Nothing. I'll be like outside, fucking a Domino's on the way home going, bless mate.
Thumb on a lift.
Who's the lift?
The guy from Domino's.
My name is a lift. I work here for many years.
By the way, you haven't even addressed.
I haven't even addressed properly, I know. This was recorded in May and we're still wearing a Christmas jumper.
The other merch you've got in your face?
Listen. We've got that. Is it the 8th or the 7th of January? We've got Lavery's Comedy Club. I had to move it because basically the first Wednesday of January is New Year's Day. So it's the 8th and we're basically going to do the Christmas do. So there's going to be a big pile of comedians. We've had a lot of great shows at Lavery's. It's going to be great times. And that'll continue throughout the year. What else would I plug? The Odyssey's basically like, I was in it the other week checking it out, and I seen the setup and I was like, this is nothing. Give me fucking 2 of these arenas, because we're basically doing the theatre setup, which was my decision to do like 2 nights of like the half hall, because it would be a better gig to listen to attend, even though I know people will turn up and go be like, oh, I didn't even do a full fucking thing. You know what I mean?
But it actually is more people accumulatively.
Yeah, it's more people than one giant one, but it's going to be a better gig to go to, and also whatever. But when I was standing there, she goes, this is where the stage is, and I was like, really? This is like Lavery's? It's not really. I was like, this is just like a big, a lot of people, but I can see them all.
But that's nice.
You know what I mean? So anyway, we're going to listen, regardless,
it's still 3,000 people.
Regardless, there will be a smashing. Okay? There will be a smashing. It's like, yeah, it'll be a smashing. It'll be smashing.
It will be a smashing.
It will get smashed. And then we'll play this and we'll talk about my eyewear. I refuse to say glasses. Okay, fucked it up. Fucked it up twice.
General Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
Right about now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get yourself and your soul together. This man will make your liver quiver. This man will make your bladder splatter. Let's all welcome the world's godfather of soul,
Colin Geddis.
It's Geddis, actually.
Geddis.
Geddis. Fuck you. I have glasses now. Did you notice? I have glasses now. These are my... I have 2 personalities right now. I have who I want to be, which is this. You know what I mean? Because I'm getting slagged off by a lot of people. These are more or less like all the sunglasses I own.
Yeah.
minus the tinted shades. So, you know, I showed them to Mickey and he's like, nah, bro, you look like a paedophile. And
They look fake.
they look class, is what they look. What was that
Oh my
noise?
God, I don't know. I actually don't know what that was.
No wonder
I'm so
people hate you
sorry.
on this podcast.
I'm so sorry.
They're like, our esophagus has never done gargle.
I don't know. Well,
Anyway,
Who knows?
yeah, I've got glasses now. These are cool if you're watching this on the video. These are the cool ones. I like these. And they're also very thin and they fit well, and I'm not aware of them very much. I can't see the edges that
but
well.
you look the worst in this.
I look the worst. Okay. And then when I have to integrate with society, I put on these. Now, these are dirty now. I put on these bullshits. I think these look more fake than the other. These are stinking. These look more fake than the other ones, I think.
No, they look like glasses. Though.
What do these look like?
They look
Safety goggles?
They look like sunglasses with clear lenses.
They look class. I said this before, the circles I move in, you know what I mean? When you start, you know, hanging out with some media folks. And they're all like, bro, I like your glasses. And I'm like, thanks, man.
Yeah, they're probably all fake glasses.
Everybody's wearing like rolled up chinos with socks.
Yeah, the
long
fake,
socks.
fake sunglasses, yeah.
Yeah, they look class.
So
And they're wearing those little hats that look like little fisherman hats.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going, respect. These are so dirty, these ones. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Cooking dinner in them. Anyway, I wear glasses now. I'm one of those guys. So people will finally give me they'll be like, okay, now you look as smart as you actually are.
that's
So now that we've
they're
got
saying, yeah.
now that we've talked about the elephant in the room, I like them. Do you know what? I had a lot of stick from people that I don't know, and then I had a few chosen people that I actually respect and like, and they were like, "Man, looks good."
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny, you do get used to them quite quickly.
Sean Campbell being one of them.
He likes them.
If anyone knows minimalist fashion, it's him.
There you go.
Aaron McCann, knows a lot about fashion, takes none of it on board. Do you know what I'm saying? So there you are. I like them. Do you know what? This is the fucking thing about me, bro. I'll wear these for a while, and then people who don't even need glasses will start wearing these, and that's fact.
Mhm. Well,
I'm Kylie Jenner for fat dudes with beards.
put that on your website.
It's on it. It's on my MySpace already.
That's what we're putting up on the Odyssey to sell the merch. So
Yeah. So it's Christmas time. Now, what I will say is I have a Patreon. The Patreons have been rolling in. I do appreciate it. We've started the sidecast. Hopefully we get enough questions today to record another sidecast. You know? Hopefully that goes to plan. But then there was also people giving me shit, Maureen. They were going, no offence, but I'm not paying fish if we're not going to fucking get it out every week. Because, as you will know, Maureen, it has been a testing time.
yes,
It has been a testing time.
possibly the most busy you've ever been ever.
Well, that plus...
You could nearly say you actually had to work this.
Oh, yeah, it was
December.
work, all right. It was work.
Before this, I would have said you got a pretty, you got plenty of time to get things done, even though we're really busy. But you really genuinely didn't have enough time
Yeah.
to eat, basically, in December.
Basically, yeah. Do you know what, Maureen? I had 2 Subways in the last
The
2
whole of
months.
December. That's it. That's all you've had.
No, because we've been busy, Maureen. You've been in hospital.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I retold the story with Mickey. Although it's funny that all the comments people make every week, and then I did that podcast, and then on YouTube no one says anything.
Mm.
And then people are like, "Where's this fucking podcast now?" And you're like, "Are you listening to it or not?" Do you know what I mean? But we glanced over it with Mickey. But you're home now. Do we retell the whole story for harrowing scariness?
I don't know if you have to retell it all. I mean, probably told most of it.
Did tell most of it.
I mean, I would say you skimmed.
Well, I wanted to.
But no, I know you
I didn't want
wanted
to go
to,
into
exactly.
too much detail,
No, I
just
don't
because
think
I've done
anyone
too
needs to know
much
that.
detail before, and you've been like, "Did you really need to tell people blah blah blah?" And I'll be like, "Yes, because I have a disease."
I have a disease.
But mine's Tourette's. So yeah, we're fucking basically. Baby was born, and then you were brought in the hospital, and then we were in for a while, out for a while, in for a while, and things were fucking chaos.
It was madness, really.
It was pretty madness. I mean, literally, it's about as mad as you get.
I would describe it as a lot.
It was a lot to take
It was
in.
a lot happening, like just a lot.
Because, everyone that I know that has kids was just like, it's absolutely fucking exhausting and crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, if you've a lot of people who've had babies, even especially recently, I think sort of went, how on earth are you dealing with both of these things? Because a newborn is a serious amount of work. Like,
Yeah,
you don't really get a second. I mean, newborns eat every 2 hours.
Yeah, it's just you don't like.
You know, so you're constant, and then they need change, and they need this, and then this, and all this kind of stuff. So to have that, and then try and be looking after him in hospital while I felt dreadful.
Yeah.
And I had to go for tests. I had to do all these things, and like so many things you just thought, you know, that you imagined your first few like weeks. You know, it was so drastically different. You couldn't even imagine. It was like, this isn't even like a little bit different or a little bit harder than I thought. This is like the craziest time for this to happen. Like,
crazy. I mean, yeah.
Like, we literally had a room in a gynae ward that they allowed us to have. I probably should have been on a different ward, like, but
yeah.
So that I could have him in it with us. And I mean, we had like the bathroom was like baby clothes drying, and like,
yeah, it was like we had to move into like a one bedroom flat for like a week, and I was
basically like all his clothes
like a dude on a gynae ward creeping in and out, dressed like a fucking burglar the way I normally am, and people were just like doctors that weren't even fucking part of that ward. Everyone's so horrified by the story that they're like calling in, you know, just to see Maureen, like, oh my god, I can't believe you've had this like diagnosis of goddamn lymphoma and you've just had a baby.
And there was a few nurses came up to me even when I was in the last time, like, you know, there's usually the same ones on this hematology ward, but there was a few times there was a few different people, and then they would be asking stuff and like, oh, you've got, you know, oh, you've like a baby or something, or like a boy or something. And I was like, yeah, and they're like, what age? And I'll be like, you know, 4 weeks, and they're like, what?
Yeah, they thought it was like...
What do you mean he's 4 weeks? You've got a 4-week-old? You're like, yeah, I know. And they're like, oh my god. And they're like, oh my, you know, but then they'll start talking about their babies probably, you know, to like say stuff and like, oh my god, when I had a baby, I didn't even know what I was doing. And
even the day that
your hormones are still mad when you're 4 weeks after having a baby, and some people haven't recovered even from birth by then. So
even the day that you...
weird.
When you had noticed like your arm was a bit swollen and we went into A&E, that day the woman who was the doctor on A&E was like, oh yeah, I have like say it was like a 6-month-old or something at that point, and she's like, so that was the 9th day. He was 9 days old, and she's like, if someone told me I had to get dressed and go to the shop on the 9th day, I'd have fucking lost my mind. Yeah,
like most people haven't left the house by then.
Crazy.
So whereas I didn't go back home, it was weird.
So crazy. But now that you've got that first wave of chemo done,
mm-hmm.
You get home, and I think all those initial tests are going to be like, that's obviously the most nightmarish bit, isn't it? Because you don't know when the end is. You're like, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Keep testing. And then, but now you're home, and then next time you go in, it'll just be like, boom, go get it done, come home.
Well, it's actually a funny one, because I go back in on Sunday. And originally I thought like that's the hardest bit done.
This Sunday?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I thought that was the crazy bit done, and it will just be a matter of like, right, I go ahead now and do it. But how I actually feel now is it nearly feels a bit harder, because I've went home and I felt a bit normal for a second.
Yeah.
So now you're going, what do you mean I have to go back in?
Yeah.
I've done it. I don't want to go back in. I've done my hospitals.
I know.
I feel like I've been in hospital since the start of November, which I have from the baby and everything.
I know.
So you sort of go, I don't want to go back in now.
I'm just hoping.
I've just got back to normal.
I know.
I've literally had 2 weeks of normal life since having him. Isn't that weird? Like, so it feels really cruel that I have to like.
I just think
leave again.
You know the way like Lavery's comes round so quick.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's going to be like that, where you just go.
It will.
You just go. Oh, I just got that over with me. Oh shit, here's another one. Oh fuck, I just thought I was going back. No, boom. And then it's like you've done 4, and then you've done 5, and then you've 1 left, and then it's done. Do you know? And then it'll be over quicker than you think.
Hopefully.
Even though you have to sit. I just treat it like hopefully the next few cycles are just boring, and you just have to watch The Crown all fucking day, and there's no drama. You know.
I mean, they did say that like you probably will just feel bored, because I mean a lot of people do chemo and stuff. I mean, I didn't know anything about it obviously, but a lot of people go in just for like the day and do it and leave. But I think you might have to. Some people do it more often. Then maybe it's like every week or every couple of weeks. Whereas I can be home for like 3 weeks, sort of thing, with nothing.
It's alright. Oh, just trying to get that under your face a wee bit.
So yeah, obviously I do like the 4-day one, which is like a longer, slower process, but it's like supposed to be more effective because you're continually tackling it, and obviously
Yeah.
I think it's
Rather than just like
slightly more gentle on you because
one
it's a
big
lower
knockout
dose.
punch.
Yeah,
it's just like they just
low and
smother
slow.
it for like 5
constantly.
days.
Which makes sense and it's fine, and obviously it's
But I gotta
not
say-
that long relatively, but it just feels so long when you have a baby because, I mean, you literally count your baby's life in weeks.
Yeah,
So whenever you take one out every time,
yeah,
it feels a bit shit.
it is shit. Like, but we'll take them up every day, and then it's close to Nando's, which is a bonus for me.
Yeah.
And then I get to hit that Marks and Spencer's food hall, because that's where we are in our life now. You know,
I don't think we've made dinner in a month.
I'll go and get some snacks for us, and it's £70, and that's where we're at in our life now. You know, no fucks given.
We've just had to be like, just not think about things like that anymore. Like, we're just like, just buy the thing, do that. We don't have time to even
100%.
compute whether something's good value anymore. It's like, oh, well.
But I've
whatever.
always been like that, even
I know, you're reckless, but
when I'm poor.
yeah.
You know, Jay-Z with 20 quid, as I've called myself before.
Yeah.
But there we are. That's what we're dealing with at the minute. We had a lovely Christmas though, didn't we? Nice dinner.
Christmas has been lovely.
I prepared everything or most things the day before. And then your uncle made some stuffing and some turkey.
Mummy made ham.
And your mum made ham, which is ridiculous, as usual. But it got out of hand. I was like, I'll do a bit of prep. And one thing led to another, and I was gone for 5 hours, and I cooked it all. And then the next day, I just had to heat it up. Mm-hmm. But it paid off, because I couldn't have been fucked doing anything that day.
It was gorgeous.
Because I did drink on Christmas Eve, which was a weird experience for me. Because I literally was so indifferent to it. Do you know what I mean? I was like, could have had that, could have not had that. Either way was going to be good.
You haven't drank properly in ages.
I think I'm over it. Like, it was big time over it.
I mean, I've been drinking so long, and I had I got half Guinness, didn't we, on Christmas Eve, and then I drank barely half of it, and I was like, that's enough for me.
Did you feel the Guinness? Were you half chinned or what?
I don't know, it's a weird feeling, because drink definitely tastes more like, when you first taste drink again a wee bit.
Yeah.
Like, you go, ugh, it's very, you can taste the alcohol nearly in it.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's rotten, like, drinking is
And then-
stinking. Put that in a t-shirt for all the kids out there, drinking is stinking. Watch this kid.
If he's going to fall off, I don't want to watch this. Colin! I don't like those videos.
That was hard to watch. Also, the kid is a fucking dummy in his mouth, and they're putting him on a petrol scrambler.
Yeah, it's terrible parenting.
Are you out of your mind? Oh, that's that song. Ding, ding, ding.
Dane Bars.
Dane. Used to think that guy's hair was so cool. Now, I've put a request out there for questions, and no one has taken the bait, these hoes, unless this just fills up with like a ton of questions. No, it didn't. Let me see. Have people just completely... Yeah, people have ignored me. And, yep, there's going to be no...
You probably put it out 2 minutes before you're doing this day.
No.
Unboxing day.
There'll be an unboxing. But this is when people are at home on their devices. So it was Christmas. We've got lots of cool stuff for the baby. Mark McCartney got us the wee Gedzilla things. All the family bought us lovely coats, lovely things. Shout out to a boy Ross at Material Goods, got us little Dead On Mafia t-shirts. We'll get a photo of that. Very cute for the baby, for the child. Did you get any nice gifts, Maureen?
Yes, Colin.
Did you?
You did buy me an eternity ring.
I bought Maureen an eternity ring.
It's
and
gorgeous.
I gave her it well before Christmas.
Yeah.
Because I have a mental disease where I can't hold my water. And I'm like, that's literally a problem with me, isn't it? That's me going, I want the reaction so quick. I want it now that I can't wait to give it to you later. I'm like, here, take this now. You
really cannot wait for someone just to experience anything. You need it right away.
I also like, I think gifts are better given one-to-one instead of like, that would have been a great gift to give to you in front of everybody because it would have been very impressive. Wouldn't it? But I didn't like that. I like to go.
No, that's not true, Colin. Here's what you do every time. You give me a gift early, and then I go, that's amazing, thank you. And then you wait until the day, like Christmas Day, and then you go, I should have waited to today to give you this.
Of course.
Every time.
But I was just going, remember I gave you that like a week early?
So yeah. But thank you.
It's nice. Thank
it's
you.
Amazing. But it is lovely.
This is hilarious.
I feel like I deserve it though, it's fine.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I feel like I deserve it.
Had a baby, was 30. had all this nonsense. I
Hold on.
deserve it.
Yeah. It's from Claire's Accessories.
Okay. Still deserve it.
I want to show you my dad.
I've seen him.
You've seen my dad?
Yeah.
My dad, like I'm a 16 boy. 16, like I'm a 16 boy! Like I'm a 16-year-old boy, bought me this pedal here. That's me playing. Badly. Maureen. I'm a fat Jimi Hendrix, and that's...
And you said you just made that up. Not made it up.
Yeah, I wrote that song. Do you like it? I've got another one. It's called Steps to Heaven. It's long. It's long as fuck.
Something about heaven.
Something about heaven. I've got a bunch of them, yeah. I'm on a motorway to hell. Needs tuned up, but it's getting good. What other songs have you got?
Free word, it's called? No.
Yeah, there's one about the stand line, boat on the water. Bam, bam, meow, 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 meow. Cat boat on the water. What other classics have I got out there? Black Sandwich. What's in that hot coffee? Bloody hell. So what did that feel for? Like, it's so addictive, man. What's in it? Cigarettes? What's in cocaine? Cigarettes?
Oh my god, look at the steam coming off that.
I know, it's fucking
You're spilling it on your computer.
freezing
so.
the shit in here.
Okay.
So people are buying my tickets for people as gifts.
That really freaked you out, didn't it?
That freaks
What
me
was
out. That, do you know what that is? That's someone going, this is a good enough standard of entertainment where I can gift it to someone else. You know?
Someone
They've
likes you enough.
They would love this. Here's an experience.
And they like them enough to actually wait to Christmas to give it to them too, imagine.
Yeah. That made me feel bad. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? That made me freak out. And then somebody else, and then you showed me this, somebody got 2 tickets. They got tickets for me in the SSE and tickets to Brendan Schaub, the lesser comedian, but larger celebrity in a lesser venue at the old fucking, what do you call it?
Ulster Hall, is he?
Ulster Hall.
Yeah.
That's wild, isn't it?
And he put it up in his story.
He put it up in his
Colin Geddis
story.
print shop.
I wonder would people see that and be like,
Who's this guy?
what the fuck is that? And then go check it out. Probably not at all.
Probably not. I'd skim over that.
Because nobody looks at those posts.
No.
You're just sharing it to be like, thank you to the person that did it. And also kind of half flexing on bitches. You know what I mean?
Brendan Shaw probably read it.
Brendan Shaw, yeah, he probably like,
He probably was, who's this
what
other
the
guy?
fuck's this asshole? I mean, I did put in a request to open for him at the Ulster Hall and leave him with no meat on the bones.
You should get him to open for you at the SSC.
Open his ass for me.
What? Why?
No one's opening for me at the SSC.
Your ass for the...
You can open for me at the SSC, Maureen.
Okay.
You deserve that spot.
Well,
That coffee's roasting.
yeah. Yeah.
What if I just
don't
put
know
on-
if I'll be there or not. It's hard to know.
What if I just put... You don't need to. I don't give a fuck, really. I'm just
Well,
going
that's
to...
not
It's
really-
just working. Let's go do it, come back.
Oh, shut up.
Just go do it, come back. Yeah, what's happening? We
No,
shot
I really
the...
want to be there. But
We shot the intro video. The biggest boner killer of my life. We went round to the SSA Arena. Also, the guy that works behind the desk at the security guard guy is like... Straight... Like, if he was in fucking Give My Headpiece, you'd be like, no one's like that. Do you know what I mean? But he was just, you know, like such a stereotypical Belfast guy. You know?
really?
So cracking all fucking here's one for you. I said to him, no, it gets all low. I said to him, he's got all sorts coming up that fucking buzzer and all, hit the buzzer, and I'm like, oh, that's it, love, hit the buzzer and put a favour in. They take a favour out, so the day says to him, it's just, you take a favour out, oh, fuck's sake, I have to make my bonuses around here somewhere. You know, like, just so...
You're sort of going like, do people really talk
So
like that?
Belfast, yeah. You're like, I know rightly that you're doing nothing in your work. You know, I fucking walk past these and packing of mini cheddars. Like how
I
how
love
not,
mini cheddars.
How not working are you when you're eating mini cheddars?
But there's some jobs where you like,
'Cause there's
it
half an
looks
hour after
important,
that.
but you're not doing anything.
Where you're picking it out of your teeth. Yeah, I mean, I walked in with a bag full of equipment and I could have just walked straight past them. And then Dano from Shine turns up and he'd been to the gym at 4:30 in the morning because this is the level of people that operate in promotions, promo and gigs and, you know, shit like that. Comes up at 4:30 doing deadlifts and hurt his back. And he's learning, you know, just like, we plough forward. My wife's an anaesthetist. I'm just going to fucking take these pills. I don't know what they are, but my back doesn't feels good.
That'd be handy, wouldn't it?
He's wearing a pair of silken shorts.
Nice.
which if I was wearing them, it'd be, you know, inappropriate. But he got away with them.
Oh. Oh, really?
I mean, it would just be lumps and bumps and veins.
Ugh.
Okay, I imagine me wearing a pair of silken, like, football shorts that were like.
Well, you wore a pair of silken, like, basketball shorts once, and I went, take them off.
This is them.
No, that's not them. It's the other ones, the green ones.
Oh, the CrossFit ones.
And I've just went, don't do that.
Yeah, you're literally like offended at my shorts.
Because you wear them at, like, you'll be out walking out of a hotel or something, and you literally look
Like a sportsman.
like a toddler.
Somebody in the hospital said that. They were like, you know, I had no idea who you were because some of the other staff knew that I did a comedy. And she's like, I didn't know who you were. I thought you were like a sports person or something.
A sports person?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's like, I thought you were a professional athlete because of your stature and gear.
Someone actually said they found out you were a comedian, and then they went, I didn't think he was a comedian because he seems very serious. And I was sort of like, how do you expect him to
Yeah.
be in here?
Yeah, listen,
Seems a bit serious that your wife
Teresa,
is
I wasn't
in
going to be
hospital.
doing a wee turn here on the hematology ward. Here, 1 o'clock, I'll be on this chair, dishing out mirth, slinging out the giggles.
So I'm just watching my wife get her bone marrow scraped out.
Yeah, my wife's getting a drill.
Do you want a joke?
She's getting a fucking tube into her chest cavity right now. If anyone wants to hear any fucking japes.
You know what this reminds me of? Like just making jokes all the time.
Speaking of boning, speaking of,
To be fair, we've actually had kind of good fun in hospital. Like we've tried to make it fun and have jokes as much as we can.
Yeah, you have to. Like, I mean, what else? It's gallows humor, man. What else are you gonna do?
Well, honestly,
You either
you really do become a bit like giddy with it in a weird way. You just go, oh my God. Like,
That's another song written. Getting giddy with it. Minus the stutters.
Family Guy. Quagmire.
But yeah, and it's you know what? There's some very, very, very good people in the hospitals. You know, you know,
saints. Like,
lovely nurses, lovely doctors. Some fucking that should be struck off, but like most of them are class. Make it.
there was that one woman I actually meant to like nearly post about it, but she was one of the women who worked in like the Mandeville, which is the cancer centre, and she works in like the breast clinic bit because they had the whole issue with obviously loads of other issues going on
Because of the lymphoma, the drainage. There was mastitis.
It was horrendous. It was
and a blood
literally
clot.
the worst. It was the most pain I've ever been in. But obviously you have to be on a lot of antibiotics, and it wasn't clearing up, which it usually does for people, but obviously not for me. And it was very sore and lumpy and all sorts of horrible things. And they have to make sure you're fine before you can even get chemo. So I had to go for all these extra scans. It was very scary. And there was one nurse who took me down, and she was literally, she's called Lucy. And she
Lovely.
was the nicest woman I've ever met. And she bought me a present, and she said she was thinking about me, and she came up and seen me loads of times and got Eddie like this little gift for Christmas.
Yeah, it
and
was
like I was
adorable.
just like, how are some people so kind? Like she sees a lot of people going through a lot of stuff, and she still was thinking about me on her weekend off. Like just the nicest, like
It's crazy, like.
just so pure and lovely.
Yeah. And probably
And
like
that's why when you meet people who can just be a bit whiny and a bit grumpy and just horrible, you go, you have no idea. There's some lovely people there, and they see the worst things in life, and they're still lovely.
yeah.
You know, it's just, it was mad.
That's
so
you know, that's why like, you know, there was a wee bit of friction in there because whatever strikes were on, I don't know if they did them in like order, different types of people were striking within the hospital. But when she said like the industrial ones were striking, like the porters and the ones who had to run for equipment and everything were striking, and then you have people like her who literally can't leave the ward to strike, otherwise death. You know what I mean? And the other woman who was, I nearly fucking cried when she said that. She's like, I'd never leave the ward. And she said it so sincerely, and I was like, fucking right, animal.
well, because they're literally giving people treatment.
Yeah,
so
she's like,
I would never
leave the fucking ward. Are you out of your mind?
That would be like refusing treatment to
Yeah, someone who really
patient,
needs
basically.
it. And she said she ordered like one of those lines for somebody, and they were like, oh, you have to order past, you know, or you can't order past 12 o'clock or something. She goes, what do you think? I'm not ordering it for a laugh. I'm
Yeah.
ordering it for a patient who needs it right now. You know? So
Just 'cause they were working to rule, that's why. So it was like if there was rules.
Yeah, but fuck that.
But that's what I mean. That's part of a strike action, is to work to rule. But most of the people.
But when it comes to like life and death, it's like as and when, not rule.
No, but I mean the real issue is they shouldn't have had to strike, obviously.
Yeah, everyone should be getting paid more in that field.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like when you see. I mean, most people, if you don't know, a nurse or someone or a doctor or someone who works in a hospital, you know they work long hours. But when you're there, like me, for like nearly, like 9 days or something, and you literally see like someone leaving at whatever,
you
8 o'clock, and they're there
shift.
at 8 a.m, you're like, what have you even been able to do at home?
Nothing.
It's like
People
they
probably
don't
go home and
actually
just fucking get
go to
washed and
bed.
go to bed.
Yeah, it's crazy. Honestly. Like, honestly, it's such hard work.
It's so tough, like, and especially like, I can remember one of the times you were in, the guy was trying to give you like the ECG thing, remember? And it was in the maternity suite, and it was fucking. They couldn't decipher whether you had a temperature, and I'm on the other side of the room sweating through my t-shirt, going, no, it's 42 degrees in here, and the doctor's fucking wiping his brow, and he went home after that, which means he had just probably worked and run about like a fucking headless chicken for about 14 hours. And then that was like the last thing he did, which was boiling and stressful and annoying. And he's like, right, I have to go now. And you know what I mean? And then he was in like fucking, by the time you got your dinner, he was like, oh, I'm back. Hello. Crazy. It's fucking unbelievable. Yeah, like everybody should just be on a ton of cash. Shouldn't they? Absolute saints out there.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
Better
mad.
people than me, that's for fucking sure. So yeah, that was all the drama, and then I had a pile of tour shows, which at the very least, guys, they were all sold out. Do you know,
They all sounded really
it would be
fun.
tough as shit if I had to tour around the country and do half-hour gigs, but I really had to, even though I was tired and all the shit going on, I had to fucking jazz myself up. I mean, some of the gigs, Cold Rain, it was great that there was like a shower and stuff out the back, because I just arrived in like workout gear and just run about the back and ran up steps and did press ups and stretched a bunch, and then got changed and went on. And then all those gigs sold out. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, you've had a pretty good tour.
Isn't that crazy?
As much as it's been like hectic for you, because you would literally have to be like, I don't know, it just would be 4 o'clock in the day before you knew it, because you got a baby and time just whizzes by. And then you're like, I have to go in half an hour, and I haven't eaten, I haven't done anything, I'm showered. And you just have to go, and I would see you at like 1 a.m, like, hello, again.
And then by the time you got fucking
there you are.
Sorted out, you were just like...
And that was every night.
Okay, bye again.
I know, because I basically just got home, and then you had to leave every day. So it was
and then
madness, like.
The weird bit is, like, can you see like tour posters? I'm trying to fucking see. Yeah, the crazy bit was like you would get back and then the baby still needed stuff done with it. You know what I mean? So like you get back and you're like feeding the baby and changing the baby, and sometimes you were in bed and one of your sisters was up or whatever, and you're just like, I'm just here. Also with the baby for like another 2-3 hours. It's wild, like it was tough times.
I know, I kind of think now, like if I ever had another baby, I feel like it would be so easy.
Oh my god!
Because I'd be like, "What do you mean? Oh, just a baby?"
Yeah.
Oh my god, amazing!
Just a baby, no.
So easy.
Going around the country or going to the hospital or feeling fucking in pain all the time.
It's very strange.
I'm just checking what gigs I've had since my last podcast. Older Fleet, Nerve Centre, Derry. We got that filmed. I don't know if I mentioned that. I think I did talk about that in the last one. Had fucking the smoke machine was left on the whole time. Couldn't breathe. I mean, do you know what's a really cool thing? I was approached by MVMT Watches, as you well know, and she chased me up about like, oh, where's this video? And I was like, listen, everything's happening at once right now. And she goes, okay, sorry, I didn't know that, blah blah. Sort of take as long as you want, whatever, we'll talk to you in the new year or something. But now what I will do, because I've been filming all these gigs, is basically do a bit of a tour, not a tour diary, but like, because it's watches and it's time and all that, do a little video about the whole process of working up to do your set. And I'm going to say to her, like, if you can give me till like after the SSE, that'll be like a complete little movie of like the run up to
That'd be cool.
the thing. So there you go, that's cool. But we had oh my god, first of all, let's get the good news out of the way, Maureen. Went down to Larne there, which I'll be honest, that particular day I was like, I would fake my own death to not have to go to Larne today. I was like, fuck this. I was so goddamn tired. But then, do you know what? It's one of those places where there's probably not a whole pile goes on in Larne. So
What? I thought Lauren was at the place.
people, enjoy the night out and they appreciate, you coming down, blah, blah, blah. And I had a lovely time.
You always have a lovely time in
And
Lauren.
it's run by our boy Connor down there. It's fucking sweet as shit. And I'll tell you what, like,
Not it.
it used to be whenever I used to make fucking Barry the Blender videos and all this shit, I knew exactly who was into my videos. It was fucking dudes that looked like me between the ages of 14 and 25. And they'd come up and they'd be all, Barry, And now with the podcast and things, one thing leading to another, blah, blah, blah. The range of people that come up to me, crazy. Like, honestly, there was a group of people and they were standing there in line for like photograph, which, I was sort of trying to avoid because I literally couldn't come home sick to you and make you sick. I did get a bit of a cold, but I managed to keep it to myself. So I was trying to avoid hanging about with people after gigs.
Well, to
Which
be
I know-
fair,
which-
I feel like disclaimer. If anyone's like, Colin never hung about, I literally told them.
Yeah, Maureen told me,
do not hang
don't.
about because
I actually like it, you know what I mean? It's
if people don't know this, maybe especially with what I have, in between chemo sessions, your like immune system is like
shite.
nothing, and all your blood, your red and white blood cells are down and everything. You're very susceptible to anything, and if you catch anything, you can't get treatment. So I was like, if I get a cold,
it delays treatment basically.
if I get a cold, it's not like someone else getting a cold. If I get a cold, I'll get really sick, and then I can't get treatment, and that delays it. So I was like, Colin, you're doing all these shows, meeting all these people. This is cold. Like, I was like, if you catch anything, it's just gonna wreck. It's really, it's not even like a small thing.
It's dangerous.
And
like.
also, you have a baby, which you're obviously very aware of too. Like, but weirdly enough, I'm like, he's fine. It's more me now. Everyone has to wash their hands around. But I was really like being like, Colin, you I don't know if you can just start hanging around with tons of people after shows.
No.
But I was a bit, I feel like disclaimer, this was me telling you, like, try
Good job
and
at the Larne gig. I was already sick.
leave.
But the cool thing was just the way that the gig set up, like, it's a bar. I was doing like a lot of theatres and stuff where you just walked off stage and you were backstage and you just left. But the older fleet was like, you're at the front of the room and then all my stuff is at the back, so you finish and you have to walk through the crowd to the back again. So people just naturally stood up and they're like, oh, can I get a photo? And you end up getting photos, and then people assume like this is what happens. There's like a queue of people now, and you're just like and there's a line has formed.
Yeah.
But honestly, there were some people in the queue where I'm like, glancing down the queue going, I feel like they're about to complain about my set because they're in the line just because of the way they look, because that's, you judge people because you think the people that follow you, and then as they got closer and closer, they were like, oh, that was brilliant, no, okay, get a photo, and my son loves you, and fucking, I mean, this woman looked like fucking Arlene Foster, you know what I mean? Like, these groups of people that sat down beside these ones chatting away, and she was a nurse, or they were both nurses, I think, and they were all talking. They're like, oh, we're coming to see you in the day, and these are all fucking it went from like young people right up to people who were like 60.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Crazy times.
I mean, you see that in Lavery's too. Like, it used to be like kind of a youngish crowd, and now it's like every age. We've had literally old women who can barely make it up the stairs come in and have the best night. And
not complain about
students
anything.
are actually a
And then
very
it's-
small part
and
of
then
it.
it's literally some fucking girl with like, shells weaved into her hair is giving off about like, oh,
Yeah.
you can't say that.
Yeah.
But now that we've got the good news out of the way with the older fleet in Larne, my last gig of the tour was Marketplace Theatre, Armagh, which was sold out, and nobody sells that big room out. Same as Coleraine.
It's a big room. It's a proper theatre. Like,
you gotta be famous comedian to sell that out. Like, that's fucking
I mean,
Jason Byrne territory.
it's basically like half an Ulster Hall you're selling in one, for one of your dates.
Yeah, big room. In a smaller town like Armagh, but went down, sold out. Now, I'm not a diva, Maureen. I'm not really, am I?
Not really. No, you're not a diva, actually, I'm joking. Realistically, no. You should be more of a diva, actually.
Now I'm concerned about, I'm a bit of a diva. Well,
Some things you're a diva in, but when it comes to work,
what am I a diva about? A diva about?
just everything in the house.
Well, like,
I don't know, if I tell you to do anything, you just go away muttering to yourself as if this is the worst thing you've ever said to me. and you shouldn't have to deal with this shit. And you're like, Colin, I just told you to close the toilet door.
Okay, all of that was fabricated, but
Yeah.
okay.
But no, you're not really.
But I go
when it
in.
comes to work.
I go in to Armagh, right? I've been in there plenty. I knock the door, or I buzz the back door, like the performance door thing. Hello, and I was like, "Hi, it's Colin Geddis here." Buzzed in. I've been in there before. I'll go to the green room. I go to the green room. I fucking knock the door because I can hear voices in there, and open it up. All the staff are chilling, laid down. Place smells like soup. And I was like, "Oh, what's the crack? Can I come in?" He was like, "Aye, come on in, sure." Green room, sold the show out. Me. There's no other performers, just me. Mickey was there as my special guest, and I'm like, "Okay, can I come in?" Okay, and then it was very awkward, and the guy goes, we'll have you a changing room downstairs. These boys are on a couch watching telly. We'll have you a changing room downstairs. So then they take me down to the fucking dungeons with a fucking,
Was it ones like really far downstairs?
The bottom floor, like the damp.
It wasn't even the ones next to the stage.
No, you had to go upstairs to go to the stage.
There's ones next to the stage you could have went into.
But there was a pantomime on at the time, and this is the thing. The guy goes to me, "Oh, you're cool with the pantomime decorations being left up?" Now, which I thought was quite obviously a joke. Remember I said to you, it'd be like if someone went,
Yeah.
like you're checking in the hotel, and he goes, "Oh, you don't mind if we just leave the rats there?" And you go, "Sure, some crack." And then you get up, and it's full of rats, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I didn't realize that."
Yeah, I was joking when I said, of course.
Yeah, I didn't know you were actually going to have rats in here because that's absolutely not cool. And then he's like, "Oh, you don't mind if the pantomime stuff is left up?" And I went, "I preferably," thinking, obviously fucking move it. And then eventually the guy come down, blah, blah, and I was like, "Can I see the room?" Go into the room, and I'm like, "No, there's the full set, floor painted, big trees, fucking all this background, big rainbow." And I'm like, "Okay, it is actually there." And it's like, it's not that you can't do stand up there, but it's like, the place is sold out. The place is, by the way, all those fucking like lottery places, nobody wants to work. No one has any fucking pride in it whatsoever.
It's well known actually, because I've known a lot of people performed in there before. I don't know why, but a lot of the people there seem to just be like, "Well, this is just, you can get away with doing nothing."
Like the guy showed me the room, and then he went, "Right, 7:30 will start." He goes, "I have my couch to get back to," and he runs back up.
He actually said that.
And then he runs back up to go to to sit and watch TV for 15 minutes before he starts. And you're like, "Bro, this is a comedy gig. You do not." That's why we get so annoyed when like sound people fuck up comedy nights and all. You're like, "This is
simplest setup.
The most easy shit for you to do, and you're still fucking it up."
Also, what I don't get was someone emailed us asking like, "What's your setup for the?" As most theaters do.
I thought they meant
"What's your setup for the show? Do you need this? Do you need this? Are you playing a video? Are you got your own sound? Whatever." And then you arrive and it's a pantomime setup. So what if you went, "Yeah, I've got all my screens to come up and..."
But then they probably would have went, "Oh, fuck's sake, I will move this." But like, just push them out of the way.
They didn't even take a pantomime set down.
And put a fucking like
you sent us that whenever you're away, and you sent us the thing, and we're like, "Ha ha ha," and then you went, "No, seriously, they're not." We're like, "What do you mean they're not taking the pantomime set down?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "No, they said they weren't taking it down."
Outrageous.
If I was there, I would have been like, "You can't leave a pantomime setup."
I know it was. Do you know when you're like so done with it that I was like, I don't even have the fucking energy to fucking even begin to talk about this. I was just like, okay, here we are.
The only saving grace is that you're doing comedy. At least you can make a joke about it. But if you were anyone else, how would they have got away with that?
As I said to you, the only thing would be worse than that is if, like Neil Delamere was there the night before and it literally said Neil Delamere on a sign behind me or something. But you're just like, have a bit of fucking respect. Like, that's all it is. It's just
crazy. Like,
it's just a wee bit of like.
But was it kind of funny to watch?
I always probably like, but I always think it's like there's something about comedy where, or people just get or it just doesn't get respect. It's like I've played the Limelight, but now the Limelight are fucking brilliant. But I've played the Limelight where they're like, okay, this is your changing room, this is your green room, and you go happy days. And then there's other times where it's clashed with like a DJ playing after, and they're like, oh, the DJ needs the fucking green room now. You're in this dude's office, even though they're like he hasn't sold a fucking ticket.
Yeah. But
he's going on in the same room as you afterwards, and your room is fucking sold out to the dick. And you're like, you get in there, and there's, do you know what I mean? There's just this thing where you're like, hold on a second here. there is a higher, like, obviously that would make my gig more important because it's the fucking main draw of the night. What does a DJ need? What do I need, really? But you know what I mean? You're just like, there's just this weirdness with comedy where it's like, oh, you'll be alright here. We have an old fucking store cupboard here where
I've seen
everyone
that quite a lot.
fucking wanks in the corner if you want to stand in there. Eat that blue roll if you want.
I don't know, I think a lot of venues don't take it seriously because you're just a guy arriving.
Yeah.
There's something about
But
like a band where they like have a big setup in a van
And they
or
got
a
people
lorry
and blah,
or
blah. Yeah, even though
they have to have crew and
Yeah.
the set and stuff.
they should
but-
be loving like I've said that
Yeah,
the
they
Shine
should, they
before.
should
I
be
was
happier.
like,
There's no setup.
I was like, surely this is a good, you know, a good setup for you. And it was his Joe, like, and he goes, oh, it's fucking brilliant for us. You know? He goes, it's brilliant. We don't do anything.
Yeah.
He goes, we love it. Which is why, like, if I turned around to them and was like, oh, I'd like to do this, they would be like, no problem, let's pay for it. You know, they're almost like
make
a
it
bank.
happen.
They can just, like, you can rent money off them, nearly. Do you know what I mean? That's the relationship I need, you know? And they're like, oh, it's a great setup. You know, we love it. We love it. You can just say a thing and we book it and it's sold out. But also, if a DJ comes in here, you know, and he walks in the dark wearing shades, we will have, you know, 9 women suck him off, and we've a guy away getting them coke, and, you know, we've bought him a juicer brand new at Argos so they can have, or cannot, may or may not have, you know, a celery juice before he goes on stage, but at least it's £600 in the corner.
Well, what
And
would you demand if you were going to demand things? When do you start demanding things?
Well, you do pay for it yourself, like, but I don't know. I would just like someone to be like, fair play to you, this is unreal that we did nothing and you're bringing us so much
Although
money.
I feel like with all this craziness that's gone on recently, especially even
I'm just a bit more snappy, am I? Just a bit more
having a
catty.
baby, we both definitely have less time for bullshit going on like that now. You just go, oh no, this is the way it needs to go now. We don't have time to be like, oh, what? Excuse me. I
mean,
you just go, nah, just
The way I
sort
was
it.
with like the likes of the marketplace, you're just like, I can't even be arsed having the argument because now I'll just not come back. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
I'll just go somewhere else. Even though there's nothing in Armagh. So fuck Armagh, see you later. Newry, see you later.
How'd you chance her, ma?
I'll just do 12 nights in the Odyssey, you can come to me. Eat my fucking ass, but that's enough complaining, you know what I mean?
I just would like to know what people going to Armagh thought when they got into the room, being like, what kind of weird...
Oh, I'm sure they
what
were...
what has he got in store for us?
I'm sure they were like,
There's big cardboard cartoon trees here. I wonder what Colin's doing tonight.
yeah, unbelievable.
I'm sure they're like, wow,
not
this
the
is
first-
going to be some show.
Not the first time in this tour I've played second fiddle. Yeah, fucking pantomime. Lisburn as well. The guy's like, oh, you can play the big room. And I was like, yeah, but the Cinderella's on. And then the same guy walked towards me and just went, oh, sorry, wasn't expecting to see me. And went, oh, farted. I told Mickey that last week.
Oh my
I walked
gosh.
out of the room to see if I could get a hand on someone, you know, grab someone and be like, can you put a stool on stage? And I walked out and your man had been in the vending machine. He was walking towards me and he just, his eyes opened and he just went, oh, sorry, farted. Like, thought he was in the hallway by himself. Just, oh, sorry, farted.
I like that he told you.
Just a panic on his face.
I was like, I'm sorry, I'm
Just
sorry.
before you get hit with the wall of stink, farted. Absolutely farted. Yeah, so that was my last gig. Apart from, it wasn't my last gig because me and Shane organised some new material nights, which was just ridiculous, wasn't it? Shouldn't have done it. Actually got 3 new bits out of it, so it was
And
actually...
they sounded very good, but we had this big family party organised, and then we changed it so that Colin would be there. And then Colin organised 3 new shows, and you were really annoyed you were going to miss our brilliant family party without everyone coming over. And I did say to you, Colin, you added these dates on. You didn't
know,
have them.
but I-
And it's 2
in-
days before Christmas, or
in my
2 days
defence,
before Christmas.
My head was up my
You
hill.
added these on.
Head was up my
yourself.
hole, Maureen. Head was up my hole.
I know.
But yeah, I missed them. But me and Shane did a bunch of new nights. Shout out to Jordan Robinson for doing a lot of support acts on my tour.
Heard he was very good.
Shout out to Aaron who for doing the earlier ones. Shout out to McCartney who did one. Shout out to Willie. By the way, shout out to, what about the boys getting us a wee voucher there?
Oh my god. I need to message everyone, but I don't know how to message them collectively.
Me neither. I was trying to figure that out because me and Robbie McShane have a very strictly email
Oh, nice.
contact.
Okay.
He keeps it professional, you know what I mean?
Like it.
So there was William Thompson giving me this thing and he goes, don't know how to explain this, but which is weird because it is like such a backstory. He goes, so basically me, and it was like McKegney, McCartney, Jordan Robinson, Robbie McShane, and Willie T were like, oh, we just all put like money in and got you like a big voucher for House of Zen.
It honestly, literally, like,
Sweet
I
boys.
could have cried. It was
Sweet,
so nice.
Sweet, sweet boys.
I couldn't believe it.
It's weird
It's
just
just,
when...
I don't know, there's
I think
just something so lovely about that.
It's so nice.
It's so thoughtful.
Especially when, like, you're not expecting anything from them ever. You know, or like
Yeah.
people that you wouldn't even think were like thinking about you or doing whatever, and you're like, oh my god, thanks boys.
It's so
Unreal.
nice.
And I'll go by myself and eat all around me.
Yeah, Colin says he's going to go for a lot of lunches now.
Yeah.
No, oh my god, it was so nice.
should
But I
eat-
mean, that's happened 1,000 times right now. So many people, I was obviously messaging
Just
me. And
people
it's just
going
been,
like above and beyond.
like, honestly, when you're just like slightly overwhelmed with messages, you're like, I can't believe. Like, I know obviously I put it on Instagram, so I'm putting it out there, but like,
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that many people would see it, kind of weirdly. Because to me, Instagram, I'm kind of putting it up for my own record of it a wee
Yeah.
bit too, just to be like, here you go. And also because
You don't want to
once-
have to explain things to
Well,
everything,
yeah,
so
when
you're
it's
just
something
like,
weird like this, you're just like, it's just easier for me to put this up right now, and then anyone who hasn't heard will hear, and then I don't have to explain, and no one has to act like they don't know or they do know, and you know, it's an awkward thing for other people to know or talk about.
Yeah.
So just at least I put it up, and then there you go, like, it's fine. But honestly, like, maybe this is the best way to say it, like, thank you so much to everyone who messaged me, because
Yeah, 'cause-
genuinely I read every single one. I don't know, I tried to get back, I literally tried to write back to everyone, but what happens is you get back to people and then you end up with the baby or you're in hospital, and then you miss some.
Yeah, I miss so many
and
messages.
then you go back and you can't remember where they went to, because some of them are in different places. So
Yeah, I mean, it
But,
is.
oh my God, I've
it
heard
is crazy
so
just
many
to
lovely
see.
things, like-
yeah, how lovely like
Oh,
everyone has been.
just, like, do you know what has made me find out as well? Like, you know, if you're not sure whether to send someone a message or to say something, or maybe they'll not see it or whatever. Honestly, there's something really like this. The small act of like passing on a little bit of like kindness to someone really, really makes a difference.
Oh yeah.
Like, you think it mightn't, or you think like, oh, no one cares if you say that to them, or oh, whatever, no one pays attention to this or that. If someone like me, who is in like a bad situation, like, it actually really does help if someone says
well,
something nice to you.
It's
or
like
if one
energy,
person's-
though, isn't it?
But it is
It's
an
like
energy thing. It's like
positive
one
energy.
person, like, especially even a stranger, being like kind to you. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like, this is. You do feel like you get passed on this little bit of positive energy or this little bit of kindness that you go. It makes such a difference just to be nice to people, or like kind
Yeah.
to them, or say one nice thing to someone. Like, genuinely, it helps.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm not even joking. If I message back people going, thank you so much for messaging me, like, it really helped. Like, it really did. Like, it really made me go, oh my god, that's
And
so
I had
so nice
messages
of you to do that. Like,
people saying like, you know, sending all my positive vibes to like you and your wife and blah blah. You're so positive. And the girl went, this has actually made me like, you know, reevaluate some shit in my own life which I had to sort out. You know, and you're like,
things
it's
like this
crazy.
do happen. You know, it does sometimes put. Well, that's why I said to you, I was like, I know it sounds so obvious to say it gives you more perspective, but genuinely, it made me feel like life before this was like you're just kind of looking in a tunnel. Like, you're just going, life goes on, and you get a bit older, and life can be boring, and life can be dull, and what's going to happen, and you worry about money, or you worry about
Yeah.
this, and you just worry about no bullshit and blah 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 blah, and how you look and all these stupid things. And then all of a sudden you get something like this, and literally your vision is just of the world just does that. You literally go, oh my god, I've literally seen life and death in one day.
Yeah.
Like, especially having a baby. Like, literally life, literally horrible disease. You know what I mean? You're literally going like, wow, I've actually never. And you were like, that's called perspective. And I was like, oh yeah, that is why that word makes so much sense right now. You genuinely see such a broader thing. You just go, oh yeah. It never made sense to me exactly like that before, but you just go, oh my god. Like,
Yeah.
you think you know what that means. You really think you know what that means until you actually see it.
Yeah.
And you're like, my god, do you live your life in this narrow tunnel of just,
Yeah.
oh, just another day and I have to go to work and blah blah blah, and just you get so wrapped up in bullshit, like.
Yeah, like
And then
you realize
someone can tell you a thing one day, and you go,
you realize like
who gives
how
a
much
fuck
of
about
how
any of
much
that?
of a privilege it is to actually have to go to work, or
Yeah.
or you know, be able to work out or something when you can't be arsed, or how much of a fucking privilege it is to do a lot of
Do you know
shit.
what I find as well? And like, which is again so weird, like, because part of it's nice and part of it's not. What are you laughing at?
I was like, do you know when you're like the weirdest messages come from the weirdest places.
What?
Like I was watching or when the doctor said like I hate this thing, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how can something so fucking vapid be like so important right now? And then I went up to watch. Your uncle was watching on the big screen.
Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a real poignant moment where like your man's crying and all Rodney's crying and Del Boy goes, you know, in the future this will just be a drop of the needle in life's tapestry. I was like, Jesus, only Fools and Horses with the truth bombs here.
That's so funny.
It means a lot to me.
That really touched you.
I'll have a bottle of Schlur in me. It was fine.
But isn't it funny where you get like wee messages from things now?
Yeah.
You're going like, oh my God, that's so true right now.
Yeah.
But again, this is another thing where I was like,
Scunder.
I was like, probably the first time I got to look at my own body in a mirror, like since I got home, and I was like, weirdly, like I've lost all my baby. Not that I probably had too much anyway. I look probably in fairly good shape, even though I'm very like lost all my muscle. I literally look like I'm a deflated balloon in a way. But I was saying to my sister, I was like, do you know what's so weird? Like with all this, you've really shit appetite. Like I'm lucky I don't feel really sick, but your appetite just kind of goes. Like you either can't eat or you eat very little, or you kind of. There was times where I'd eaten and it was just like,
or too much.
Do you know if if you have a cold and it just feels like there's just stuff in your mouth that doesn't even taste nice. You've no desire for it because you can't taste it. So my appetite's been so different and I barely ate hardly, and so I've lost loads of weight. And they say like obviously with this the disease uses up a lot of calories, so you tend to get thin anyway.
Yeah.
And I was saying to her, I was like, it's really really odd to look at my body now to go like I've had a baby like 6 weeks ago. This was at the time, and be like, you know, look at your body snapping back. But at the same time, I'm going, I really don't want to look thin right now because thin looks sick to me now.
Yeah.
And I was like, weirdly, I'm like on Instagram these days, and you know, everyone at Christmas is like, oh, overeating and like, oh, I'm going to get so fat and I'm going to put all this weight on and like try not to eat and blah, 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 all this stuff and about losing weight and everything. And I'm like jealous of people with their appetites now.
Yeah.
Or I'm so jealous that they're like worried about having too much weight.
It is so funny that like,
because I'm going, you're so lucky that you're so healthy that you've got extra weight on. Whereas I'm like so scared of
like
losing more weight.
I'm
now.
so keen for you to get better, and I'm like, just it doesn't matter. See, fuck all this like squeezing into dresses. I'm like, I want you to be chunky and strong.
Yeah,
just be like,
but that's what I mean. Whereas like
fucking strong.
It's the first time I've ever felt like skinny frail. If you know what I mean, I've never felt like that before, and it's so weird, especially as a girl, because all you think is you want, you know, especially after baby, you think you've all this like I want to fit into
lose
this.
all my body fat.
Whereas I'm now going like, God, I wish I had like a belly after having a baby, and that was my only concern.
You wish you had like bingo wings and your jeans were digging into your
you know
hips.
what I mean? But like just that sort of like, oh, I've had a baby and I'm a bit overweight. Like I don't have that. And now I probably, to be fair, I probably would have been in okay shape anyway because I kept myself in good shape. You know, before I was pretty good shape before then. Probably the only time I've ever been in shape in my life. And then during pregnancy, it wasn't too bad. Like, but there's definitely something now where I'm going, oh God, like I'm actually jealous of people.
Yeah.
Eating too much at Christmas.
You just have to like eat.
It's such a different view I have of everything now.
Small things that are filled with calories.
Yeah.
You eat like fucking.
That was the only time I felt sick actually. If I didn't eat properly, I'd have these horrendous stomach pains. Like, because but again, this is from having a baby. It'd be like 12 or 1 o'clock in the day, and you haven't eaten anything, and I've just taken like loads of tablets, and I'm like, why does my belly feel sore? I know. Like you've ate one meal today.
It's so funny. It's so funny. They're like, you know. Just how different our diet, even my diet is, that when something like Christmas comes around and you just start eating a pile of sweets and loads of meat and not as many vegetables and you're like, I have like stomach cramps. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, it's just Christmas food and, you know, a bit of sweets. But compared to what we would normally eat, you know, where maybe you're eating like a nice healthy omelette and then some fucking Greek yogurt with this and whatever. Like that's what I've been eating. And then all of a sudden you're just eating fucking ham and turkey and sausages wrapped in bacon.
But it's actually annoying.
And I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna fucking do something.
But we would have had so well because obviously you're a good cook and I quite like eating healthy. But weirdly, I probably should eat the healthiest now, but we've just had no time. We've probably ate the worst food. And I need to eat the best food now to get like, oh my goodness in. And all we've been doing is like eating toast. Like, what's the quickest thing we can eat?
It's so funny how like you're just like, where's the time? Like that's why even today I was like, I want to do a podcast and do a workout because like I know I'm supposed to be relaxing. I don't do well doing nothing. Like I have certain things I need to maintain for you to get like the best version of Colin in the room. I could be relaxing Colin and be a fucking pain in the hole, or you let me go
Most of the time.
or you let me go away for 2-3 hours and I come back
Yeah,
like
I know.
I've fucking taken lines of coke in the bathroom, like hey, what's the crack? Because I had to like kettlebell the fucking demons out of my body.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But there we are.
But as long as you're okay.
But you have to be, Maureen.
Joking.
You have to be okay.
I know everyone has to be okay. It's weird, isn't it? Like, everyone has to do the things to make them okay. Like,
Yeah.
because it helps other people be okay.
Yeah, like when you need support, you need the other person to be like fucking good too.
Yeah, because weirdly, there was quite a lot of times I was like comforting you more about things, like when you had to do shows and you're so stressed out and there's so much going on, and I'm like, oh, it's fine.
I know it's a
We'll
weird.
get through this,
It's
Colin.
it's a weird thing to be complaining about, but like, and no one takes it seriously. No one takes what I do seriously at all. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. You know, everyone's just like, oh, that's why sometimes it is kind of hard to be at home, whether there's drama going on or not, because no one thinks that you're doing work. You know, no one's like, oh, he has a real job. He's just talking to himself in a garage and then has
I think
to
you're the only one who thinks this.
drive to Coleraine and talk shit or whatever. But see when you have to go and entertain people, it's mentally fucking crushing. It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't seem like that at all. It's like, oh sure, it's sold out. You just have to go and talk to them. But it's the fact that like some of those nights you were like, you know, leaving a hospital
I know.
with you.
Well, you have to put so much.
Not seeing
you
the
have to,
baby.
like, put your mind at one side. You
and then
genuinely
go
have to do
and
that.
get a shower and you're fucking exhausted, and I'm literally like getting a cold shower, drinking 2 coffees in a row and getting in the car and going somewhere, and you're someone's night out. Do you know what I mean? Like they've fucking organised things and went and had drinks and went and sat down to be like entertained, and you've just left the fucking hospital. And it doesn't seem hard, but you're
But
literally
especially
like,
at that time when no one knew.
you're
else
literally
really
just
knew.
fucking like slapping yourself on the face out the back trying
To
to
be
wake
honest,
up.
there was quite a few nights I was really worried because you'd be driving somewhere really far away, and I knew you'd like so little sleep and you're so much going on and on your mind. I was like, I'm genuinely worried about you driving. Like genuinely, that was my main concern. Was like,
Your main concern should have been
I'm
like
so
that our
scared about you
oil
driving.
light came on the car and I took a dipstick out and it was basically sand.
you're good at keeping on top of things like that, aren't you?
Absolutely. But yeah, it was, I mean, no one will believe me, but it was tough, like tough as shit.
But it's very tough for everyone else, and strangely enough, that's one of the hardest things about having something like this, is it having to affect people close to you. It's very difficult to get over that.
Yeah.
You nearly wish you could just.
I mean, the
get on with it
treatment
yourself.
happens to you, but it sort of happens to everybody. You
No,
know,
it
like,
happens to everyone.
do you know what I mean? It's weird, like, but yeah, it was tough. There you go, it was tough for me.
I know.
Oh, sad.
But you're
good
a bit
job.
more free now, which is good.
Good job. I mean, yeah, and there was times where I was gonna be like, you know, someone's gonna die today. Like when I had to do those new material shows, and you know, there's groups of guys out in Belfast, and you're like, now I feel sorry for this group of 8 guys because every last one of you is a fucking mong, and they're all just retarded, drunk, inaudible. And I'm trying to do like the last show of the year, and they're all like, "You're not even funny and all." And I'm like, "Bro, you have no idea what's going on, and you've no idea how close to ending your life you just came there." I'm gonna start doing it. I'm gonna leave some heads on spikes. I'm just gonna pick one, get him a guillotine, lift him off the ground on his feet, stops twitching, and just leave him there and go, "This is what happens." Okay. Merry fucking Christmas. Can I kill someone more? Let me kill
I
someone.
don't think no.
Let me.
No,
Let me kill someone.
I don't think that's too much. We've got enough on our plate.
Like I was standing with Shane, this guy came up, and I said to you before, his face was sideways. You know, it was like someone twisted the skin on his face. And he's like, "You're not even funny." And I went, "Bro, is there windows to be licked?"
But do you remember, like, we said this as well?
The good thing is, Weston from Hung Papa was on Radio 1, and he said I'm his person of the year.
Well, there you go.
And that's all that matters. So shout out to Hung Papa. Follow
You're my
him.
person of the year, Colin, as well.
You're my person of the year, Maureen.
Actually, Eddie's my person of the year.
You're my person of my life.
Thank you, Colin.
That's why I got this attorney ring.
Yeah.
It's an expensive hand right there, let me tell you.
Thank you.
You like the guy
Thank
out of
you, Colin.
Zoolander, get you a glass fucking case
know.
for it.
I was going to take him up for hospital, but no, this is weird.
And it's Christmas, so I'm going to treat myself to a watch.
Well, that's nothing new. But anyway, that's a good message as well, Colin.
Yeah.
We learned you really, literally, and we knew this actually from the amount of messages we got, both of us. You genuinely don't know what shit people are going through.
Yeah,
That you might think
No, I thought that
on
was-
the surface they're like
I thought that was just a meme that like a divorcee would post.
Yeah, but genuinely, and this is proof of it. Sometimes you don't actually know what's going on, or you don't actually know what they went through in the past. They might be grand now. A lot of people send me lovely messages that like they went through similar things or exactly the same things, or maybe not the baby part, but you know, the illness part. And they're fine now, and you know, you go, God, I would have never known, you know, that they went through all this when they were like younger or something.
Oh yeah.
And maybe it's 10 years later and they're fine, but you've no idea what they've actually already endured in their life.
Yeah, 100%.
And now they're here, but so
you just don't know. Yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're speaking to someone about, and like,
yeah.
you know, you think you're maybe having the most stressful time ever till you speak to someone else and you hear their story and you're like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I'm gonna fucking,
yeah.
you know.
But I think like, you know, especially when it comes to like bad news or pain or whatever might happen to someone, there's no one's pain is lesser than someone else's. You know,
it's relative.
So sometimes people go, "Oh, I know this doesn't seem as bad as yours," but you go, "But it's yours, so it's still bad." It doesn't matter if it's not as the same as mine. It's still
I was trying to
your
refer
life,
to,
and it's hard.
I was trying to talk about that whenever like, maybe your dad had the accident with his finger,
Yeah.
and everyone was like, "Well, at least you didn't lose your hand," and you're
Yeah.
like, "But his fucking finger came off. That's the worst thing that happened to him that day. That's the worst. You know, that's still shit. There's always like a fucking, you know, at least there's always a fucking at least with everything. Oh, at least a fucking pit bull didn't rip your throat out. But you know, it's like, of course,
there's always worse and better things to happen.
Of course, but like, it's happening to you, so it's at that time, so it's shit.
Sometimes you just have to be like, this is shit right now.
But it is what it is, man.
It is what it is. Sometimes, but I mean, something like this,
Tommy Fury.
There isn't really. It is one of the ones where it's like there's not really a reason for it. It's not lifestyle related. It's not anything. It's just
it's just
a random thing that could happen to anyone at any time.
In the start, in the beginning, I was furious because you would be coming out of fucking hospital and there'd be a woman with like a belly who just had a baby on the maternity ward or was about to have a baby who was smoking outside.
Yeah.
And there's just big fucking stinking out Craigavon fat bitches, you know, smoking with their compression socks on, and you're like, the world is not fair.
I mean, the only time I've been angry about anything genuinely is watching other people
Me trying to change
not
it
realising how lucky they are.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Especially when they take for granted their health. Because I'm just a bit like, that seems unfair. You know?
Yeah.
I know the rest of it, there's no blame in any of this, which is a good thing, because I can't be blamed, you can't be blamed, no one can be blamed for any of this, which is hard in a way too. But it is hard when there's to watch some people just literally
abuse
not care. Like, and you go, and you're fine? Like, and you don't.
The
you don't
problem
have
is,
this? Like,
it doesn't end well.
That's a horrible. What? Well,
for people who
I mean,
like fucking
yeah.
abuse, you know, their whatever.
Well, that's it, because you don't know, and like that's the whole point. Is like, you got to do the best you can every day, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or next year, which can sound at one point would have made me scared, but now I'm going, actually that just means just honestly enjoy every day, like just enjoy it. Like,
and the thing is, like,
you got today.
If something ever terrible did happen to you, like you for example, you're in great shape to receive fast, effective treatment.
Well, I think it has helped me, because they've actually said I've done better than they thought and stuff like that. I've
Well, that's the thing. Like
responded
we had
and-
Mickey, whenever there was a strike on, we had Mickey Bartlett take a bottle of blood to Craigavon
No, he had to
and take it
up for
in,
me.
and he walked around and left it in, and then after that, your white blood cells were high enough where they could just take you off the injections, which is great.
Yeah,
So you're doing well, Maureen. And the thing is,
I think so.
that's the most confusing thing, because once you got the initial steroids and the treatment and everything, and then you got your bit of colour back and all your drainage came back and everything, you look 100%.
Yeah.
You know?
And funny, the last like week or so I've felt almost normal, like, which
Yeah,
has been amazing.
In your mind, I would just be like, I am normal. That's how you're sort of...
The problem now, and this is my new problem to face, is losing my hair,
Yeah.
which is very, very hard.
Traumatizing
Yeah.
as a girl. And every time I talk about it, I almost feel useless, because I'm like, I have no hair, and it didn't bother me.
I know.
And I'm like, I can't even
really
give
good
you,
at
I
advice.
can't even give you advice. I'm just like fucking. I've said it before. At least you're very, very attractive, Maureen. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but that
Put on some lip gloss.
There's nothing you can really say that's gonna.
Put on some lip gloss.
Stop
And
it.
partly, I keep talking about lip gloss, and Maureen hates it because
Every time I go in, I was like, just put some lip gloss on. So I know you're saying this now to make me laugh, so I don't cry. But yeah, I think it's just because it's starting to happen now. It's quite hard. Like, it's starting to fall out now. So I think because I've been feeling so good, it's really hard because it's such a visual reminder that you're sick.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Because you can kind of like, for like a week, I could kind of pretend like I was fine. And I don't know why, it's just such a shit side effect, like. It's so shit, like.
I know. The sad, I mean.
It's just so horrible.
The crazy thing is, like, in the hospital, the guy was like, that's how you know it's working, because
Yeah, it's tackling basically cells
that divide quickly,
yeah,
and that's what your
which
hair is.
But so it makes sense, and it's like, and again, like, my way of coping with a lot of this is like every time I have a bad thought,
Drink.
replace replace it with something better. So if you go, this is really annoying, you go, well, it does prove that it's working. Also, it will go back. Like, some people, you know, have alopecia and their hair falls out forever. I could have that.
Yeah.
That'd be really shit, you know. So I'm like, it's fine and it's temporary and everything, but like, I think that was before it actually started to happen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you can talk about something all day, and then when it actually comes around, it's
Yeah.
like still shit.
Like, so right now it's starting to happen. It's really scary. I think as well because it's just like, it's the ultimate, like, you know, people talk about your ego and everything, but it's the ultimate, like, if we literally took how you look away from you, like, what's left? You know, like, it's just you there, like, how strong are you then? Because there's a lot, especially being a girl, like I love doing my hair, you know, like, I like having hair, like, obviously, you know, and I would go out without makeup on, but I would always try and do my hair. Like, I would feel undone if I did. Even in hospital, I'd always do my hair, even though I looked probably dreadful and whatever. I'd put my hair up, or I'd do something, or like
Crimp it.
just anything. And like I was saying to you the other day, it's so weird to like have bought things in preparation for like having a new baby, to like, you know, just be nice, treated myself to all these products, like fancy dry shampoo, all these little things, and you're like, I can't even use any of that stuff now, or like,
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like, it's going to be so weird to be like, and obviously you get a wig and all that kind of shit, like, but it's still going to be weird that when I don't have it on, to be like, this is
Yeah.
so weird, because it doesn't look like me now. You know what I mean? Or I'll not feel like I look like myself. So you feel like there's like I don't know. You know, like there's
Existential crisis because
yeah,
you don't
like
look like yourself.
There's something, especially when you're like sick, about doing your hair or putting nice clothes on or putting makeup on or putting your fancy perfume on. You feel a bit stronger. Like,
Yeah.
you do get a little bit of like an armor on you. So the fact that it strips you of that, you go, I really need that
Yeah.
right now, you know, to feel normal. So it's like taking that bit of normality away from you as well, where you go, that's how I look. Like, you know, looks are not important, but at the same time, it's really weird to have something, try and mentally deal with something, and then it physically takes away something as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like it just makes you look sick, doesn't it? I think I'll just look, I don't know, it's weird. But I don't know, it's weird, it's really annoying, like. And right now it just hurts. My hair hurts so much.
It hurts.
Yeah. It feels like if you've ever been a girl and you've been to school and you've had your hair up in a ponytail all day, and you take it down and your hair is like sore.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts your scalp, and you can touch your hair and it literally hurts you. That's how it feels all the time now. So I totally get why. I never really understood why people just shaved it, because I was like, why would you not just leave it for as long as you can? But it feels so strange. It feels like you're wearing a wig now. You know what I mean? You just go, I can't even take it down now, because it's so matted and like you can't even brush it anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's so weird.
It's so weird.
I'm sure eventually they'll maybe figure out how you don't have to lose your hair going through this, but...
I mean, much like me with my new glasses and my new disability.
It's not everywhere. Sorry.
You know, I've used that as an opportunity to really throw some money away and buy many, many pairs of glasses. So I, you know, use that as an opportunity to really, you know, really just explore the headwear game.
I might do.
You know, buy a lot of expensive hats. We got a new range of merch coming, Maureen. You can wear nice beanies.
I mean, wigs, at least wigs are like kind of popular now.
I mean, I would swerve the scarves around your head
well,
like it was the plague.
I know, but...
Because that, if you're talking about looking sick,
I know,
Jesus
but
Christ.
what I've heard is because wigs can irritate you so much, a scarf is the only thing feels nice on.
Yeah.
So some people wear them because they're just like, I can't fucking wear that wig, it's too warm or it's too annoying. And everything else feels horrible. So it's the only thing feels soft.
What are your thoughts on head tattoos?
No thanks. I
Can we
don't-
both go and get full heads done?
I'm pretty sure I've had enough needles, thank you.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I know some people.
No, but wigs are popular now, so at least there's a lot of wigs about.
Yeah, all the Kardashians.
All the Kardashians wear wigs, for God's sake.
Yeah, and they take it from... They're Armenian, so probably like their hair on their arse.
Colin, you don't take your own hair and make a wig with it.
Oh.
You buy a wig.
That would be a shame, because I would look like fucking
It's not like when
Don
you do-
King if you shave my back.
Were you thinking of like when people like take fat out of their butt to put somewhere, or like their belly and put it in their butt?
Yeah, I was thinking
That's
hair.
not how wigs work.
I was thinking hair transplant.
How much hair do you think they have?
Who, the Kardashians? I'd say
Well, a lot,
a lot,
probably.
probably a lot.
Okay.
They're Armenian. They probably look like fucking... Like me. Kim Kardashian's back probably looks like mine.
Not with laser.
You got lasers on her back?
You just pull that whole microphone stand off the table.
Yeah, I did. So anyway. it's
Anyway,
been-
sorry to take the mood down there, but
We've had some
sorry.
testing times recently, Maureen.
But the good thing is we'll look the same.
Yeah, me, you, and your dad.
And my
will
dad
look,
will
will
look
look
the same.
like right said Fred, but it's all good.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it's temporary. Just think about it like that.
I know.
She said a lot of people's hair is growing back by the time they finish their treatment, even. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, but can you imagine me? I can't even imagine me with short hair. That's the weird thing.
I think you'll look grand, which is a weird thing to say, but like you're very pretty, Maureen, in the face. Very strong features and eyes and
But I can't
lips.
even get like the microblading thing for eyebrows because I'm on blood
Well,
thinners.
don't worry about that because it looks mental. Okay, but I think you'll make it look pretty. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you just have to make things work, don't
There's
you?
some fucking turn-ups out there, Maureen.
I don't know what I'll do, but I'll just get a really cool wig or something.
You also
I might just get different colours of
are
wigs and just have a
great at
different...
makeup and have lots of friends that are tremendous at makeup.
Oh, I know.
you know what I mean?
I know.
You can
That's what I mean. I
accessorise.
know, like, I'm lucky because, like, it doesn't... I know I can do other things. There's some women who, like...
Do you know what's worse
don't
than
really know how to
lymphoma?
do-
Some people are munters.
Colin,
Some people out there are fucking munters, man, and you can't get treatment for that. Me being one of them. With my disabled eyes.
I need to write that.
Disabled eyes. Oh, Maureen. You'll be fine anyway. You won't get a fucking minute with this child.
I know.
You know, he's pulled half of my chest hairs out. I know.
I know that's the worst thing now because he's at the stage where he wants to grab everyone's hair, but like
Oh,
he's
he's
genuinely pulling my hair out right now.
He's wild grabby.
Like he's literally like full clumps, and I'm like, okay,
Fucking-
that's different.
He's me too and everybody at the minute. I pulled my lip off the other day. But yeah,
I'm gonna need to go feed him very shortly, so
there's
you can. if you need to
2000,
keep on.
2008, 19, nearly out of the way.
8, 19.
It's been harrowing. It started off shit. It was great. Pregnant, went on holiday, did a bunch of shit. Bit of shitness.
We've had a lot of life happen to us.
Bit of
Basically.
shitness towards the end. We'll get over that, and then it's just fucking green lights to the end, baby. You know what I mean? What's your dreams for 2020?
My dreams.
Your New Year's resolutions and dreams?
I don't have resolutions,
No, neither do I.
but I do hope next year. Well, first of all, I would obviously hope that I get good news that all of this is gone forever, and that I'm healthy again. And I would like to get even more healthy. But my main thing is just, I really do hope this, and I don't hope this. I know pretty much that this will probably make me a stronger person.
Of course I will.
So to me, I'm trying to be like, do you know what? I'm going to just be grateful that this has happened, and it's going to change my life. Obviously,
I mean, it's like a inconvenient. What do you call that movie? Inconvenient Truth type thing. It's like a reminder of like, you know, here's a bit of shitness to make you realize how fucking good things are.
But I mean, no one's life is like plain sailing. Everyone will have challenges in their life. Yeah. This is my challenge right now. Like this is the shit thing that's happened in my life. People have that. People have parents die. People have all sorts of different things happen to them or whatever. Like there's a million things can happen. No one's life never has anything bad happen to them ever. Like people have lots to deal with. So I'm just sort of going, do you know what? If this is mine, that's fine. Like I wouldn't want to swap it with someone else's life. This is just what's happening to me. And probably the way I'm trying to get through it is just to imagine that it's already done, and I'm telling Eddie someday about how crazy this is. You know, can you believe this happened to me, you know, 30 years ago?
As Del Boy said, it'll be a drop of the needle in life's tapestry.
Exactly. But that's how I do feel about it. I want this to be a very small part of a much bigger picture. Yeah. And it, you know, to make me a better parent so that I'll not have to worry about anything, and I can teach Eddie not to worry about anything, because genuinely there are things to worry about and there's things not to worry about. And I know now really what is important. Yeah. I've literally tested everything. You know, you can read all those books, and I love reading those books about, like, you know, just all these amazing things like the Power of Now and all these, you know,
you were going through a period there where you were buying so many self-help books. I was starting to worry.
Self-help isn't really the right word. They're all quite spiritual books, I suppose, in a way. But I don't know, whatever they are, it's amazing to actually see it tested, is what I would say. And do you know what? They all say the same thing, and it's absolutely true.
Eat ass. What did they say?
Snorkel my hand is what they all say. No, not in so many words. And do you know what? I'll not spoil the message for you. I'd like you all to read these books yourselves and take from that what you will. But yeah, essentially.
What was the message? What was the message?
Majority of the message is
be grateful.
All you have is right now. Stop thinking of what's happened to you or what might happen to you.
Edward Tolley.
Yeah. And number 2 is, if you keep positive thoughts in your mind, they are much more powerful than negative ones.
It's true.
And just, if you got a negative one, swap it. Yeah. Think of good things that could happen, might happen, you want to happen. Yeah. Keep that in your mind. That'll keep you going. Yeah. Because it genuinely feels nicer to have that in your brain than the bad ones. Yeah. And what I know now is you can replace them. Yeah. I used to think sometimes you're just burdened with negativity forever, but you're not. You can change it.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of them are just momentary anyway.
And every single nurse, now these are nurses working with patients with cancer and dealing with chemo. Every single nurse who'd been working for 20 plus years has said to me, all of this is how you take it. Yeah. Now, these are people working with real life, crazy, toxic medicine. And every single one of them went, this is how you take it. That's the only way this affects you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you could...
Every single one of them, like, it depends how you think about this.
As I said to you, like, that's how this just works. Be defiant. Be a nightmare. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You do have bad days.
It's like I was talking to a fella at jiu-jitsu one time, and he goes, he got a blue belt, and I was like, congratulations. He goes, the only reason I have this is because I'm a pain in the arse. He goes, I'm not really good at jiu-jitsu, but I'm a nightmare. Yeah. Just be like that. Just be defiant, you know.
You do have to be like unrelenting in your mission, like
just be out there doing squats and shit. You know what I mean? People are like, you shouldn't be doing that. And you're like, fucking eat my ass.
Well, it was a bit like me walking to like X-rays and stuff, because you're supposed to be like pushed around in a wheelchair. Now, I mainly was pushed around in a wheelchair, but
I mean, it is a legal reason type thing.
Yeah, but a lot of the times I don't have a lot of lung capacity, but a lot of them I was like, I'm walking to this.
Yeah.
And my doctor would be like, are you okay? How's your breathing? I'm like, I got a bit out of breath there, but it's fine.
I mean, it totally makes sense. Like the time we went to Rushmere and you were like white in the face and thought you were going to faint. And I was like, Maureen, you're probably just getting a wee bit of anxiety.
No, whenever you told me that I need to just stretch up and stretch my arms up and increase my chest, I had a blood clot, 5 litres of lungs, 5 litres of water in my lungs and a giant mass.
But it also, your posture was terrible.
I know, but
So it would have.
what I would say is it wasn't just the posture's fault. Is what I would say.
Check
Which is why Colin's not a doctor
Well, not yet.
or write any self-help books.
Yeah. Any other dreams for 2019?
Here's your book. Eat ass. Have better posture.
And if you think
Happy
it's
2020.
and if you think it doesn't look like enough, put more in.
In cooking life.
If it looks like you put too much in, put more in. Video of the year goes to this chap.
I'm here from STV Studios and also.
Here's a cool thing.
That'd be so cute.
Why are all Scottish people already 45?
He's so cute.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose like
I'm 37.
light bulb and
I've got a fucking.
By the way, can I just say,
Never saw
Colin thought he was ad-libbing in extra words here, and we were like, no, that song goes like a light bulb. He
Does it?
wasn't adding in those parts himself. You're like, it's so funny.
Look at
he
watch his
said that.
face. What's he doing? Watch his
Go
face.
like a
Oh,
light
it's so
bulb.
cute.
All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names like Pinocchio. They
No, that's not in the song.
Yes,
Call them
it
names
is.
like Pinocchio. That's genres being mixed.
never let poor Rudolph joining any
When he swallows. Oh, so cute.
So cute.
reindeer games like Pinocchio. Then what
The fucking.
Oh,
ever let poor Rudolph joining any
as we swallow.
The wee swallow
On a
kills me.
TV
Like,
and all.
he's the king of Scotland. The swallow fucking kill me. Like. Because you know they were like feeding Eddie and he like sucks it down too hard and then he goes like. And you're like, oh, it's so cute, his wee tongue. And then it doesn't.
reindeer games like Pinocchio. Then one ever let poor Rudolph joining any
Does a wee swallow. So cute. It's so cute. Like,
Oh,
reindeer games like Pinocchio. Then
like Binoculary.
oh.
What other games are there out there? Benga? What other games?
But is that binocular?
foggy
It's not even-
Christmas Eve
Oh, like.
joining any reindeer. Let poor Rudolph joining any reindeer games like Pinocchio. Then one foggy Christmas Eve,
There's a remix, different song.
Santa came to say, and then the pottery, Rudolph, if you're not so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, wee! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you down his story. Bun, ba-da-da-ba, ba-da-da-bun, ba-da-da-bum, bun, ba-da-da-ba, ba-da-da-bum,
so cute.
ba-da-da-bum. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you go down his story.
Like the Titanic.
You go down in his story. Yeah.
Killing it. Absolutely killing it. Isn't that sweet?
So sweet. So funny.
So, 2020's coming up. 2 Odysseys. We'll get you cleared up. And then we'll go on a bunch of holidays. I'm sick of this country. And so, you know,
I can't wait for like brighter days again.
General Banter's
Genuinely,
going.
like-
General Banter's going international. You know what I mean? I want to go to Australia and America and shit like that. We'll all go.
I was gonna say just you.
Huh?
Just you.
Well, yeah, like, for comedy purposes. You know what I mean? People are fucking, you know, people are buying gifts for Brendan Schaub and me. You know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah.
Get Rogan on General Banter. Hit him up on Twitter.
Might have to go feed our son now, so.
What are you feeding? Binoculary?
Yeah. He's in the binoculars now, so. Better go.
Binoculary. Oh, wait a minute. I went to see this band last week, More Than Conquerors. Tunes, McGee. Killing it. Right, I'm going to answer the Patreon questions in a wee minute. Maureen, do you want to hang around for that, or have you go feed a chair?
I need to go feed him.
Okay, thanks for being my guest today. You're my person of the year. Kiss. I don't kiss my
Person
hand.
of the year. What's
It's all
on it?
coffee and penis.
Oh, yeah.
And I had some ass earlier. I had some stuffed ass.
Nice.
I had ass wrapped in bacon. and a quality skate. Right. I'm going to answer the Patreon questions. Bye.
Goodbye.